hey, imagine that, like, imagine just passing someone on the street, hey, like, you say hello, you saying goodbye, I don't know. Saying goodbye is a pretty universal concept, a parting word to someone after a conversation. However, because the entire world says goodbye, it doesn't mean everyone actually says goodbye. While some words are more universal than others, goodbye or simply just bye isn't one of them. How we share this sentiment around the world is encapsulated in different words. In a previous video, we discovered that goodbye is simply a shortening of God be with you. But where exactly did other languages' words for goodbye come from? Why don't we start things off with the French version of the word, au revoir. This translates into meaning something along the lines of to the seeing again. Clearly you should only say this kind of goodbye in French if you plan on meeting up with that person again somewhere down the line. Imagine saying to be seeing you again and you just never see them again. That'd be pretty rude, I imagine. But what's really interesting with this one is how exactly those words break down even further. The or at the start has its origins with the Latin ad prefix, which kind of just means to or the. The revoir part, however, is a compound of the Latin re prefix meaning again, like we see in other words like repeat in English, while the vor part is an adaptation of the Latin word for see, vid. So revoir on its own kind of means re-see, which is fitting with the wider meaning of au revoir. Also, it's from that Latin vid as we get the word video from too. While you can say au revoir in French, it is seemingly only used for more formal occasions. A more casual way of saying goodbye in the tongue is adieu. This is simply the French translation of a popular way of saying goodbye in Spanish, ADIOS. This Spanish word is similar to the English goodbye in its origins. This is once again a condensing of a much larger phrase. The phrase in this case being the Spanish adios vos acomendo. I think that's how I pronounce it anyway. Sorry to any Spanish speakers watching this video right now. But that means I commend you to God. So not only is it similar to goodbye in its origins, its meaning is fairly similar too, as they both relate to religion and God. Before we continue, I want to say a huge thank to my most recent patrons. So thank to new patron F. Halaska. Patron is the best way to financially support Name Explain, and donating just $1 a month gets you ad-free videos, a chance to say what names get explained, an exclusive monthly newsletter, and your name at the end of these videos. All of that can be found at patreon.com/Name Explained, which will be linked down below. Conversely, if you want to just make a one-time donation, you can leave a super thanks directly in the comment section of any of my videos here on YouTube. They help out tremendously too. Thank you. Anyway, carrying on, Danish might possibly have the cutest way of saying goodbye. While the language has the formal farvel, it also has the adorable hey too. This is a way more casual way of saying goodbye to someone like a close friend or a family member. This is just one of those things that are super fun to say, but as cute as it is, it's also a little confusing. This form of saying goodbye in Danish simply comes from saying the Danish informal word for hello, hey, twice over. That's a little confusing to say the least. Hello and goodbye are polar opposite words, so it's wild that in Danish you can use the exact same word for both instances. You just need to say an extra time for when you say goodbye, like hey, imagine that, like imagine just passing someone on the street, hey, like you say hello, you saying goodbye. I don't know, Denmark, you got some weird things going on over there, but I appreciate you anyway. In Japanese, sayonara is the go-to way of saying goodbye. This one has no connection to God and instead is a compound of the Japanese sayo and nara, which means that way and if respectively. This means sayonara comes together to mean if it is to be that way, which sounds really dramatic, a way of saying goodbye and just a tad passive-aggressive. Imagine saying goodbye and going, if that's the way it has to be, I guess goodbye. I don't know, something very dramatic about that. But also the Japanese are known for being super polite and friendly, so I'm sure it doesn't really come off as too passive aggressive when they say it. Finally, we have one of the more interesting ways of saying goodbye. The Italian word of ciao has picked up wider usage across the globe. It's a simple, suave way of saying goodbye, but its origins are far from suave. It has its origins in the word of CIAO, S-C-I-A-O, ciao. Someone will tell me how I pronounce it. Maybe I pronounce it right then, who knows. But this comes directly not from Italian, but instead Venetian, which is a language very similar to Italian, and of course has its origins in the Venice region. But this initial word actually meant slave. Now, obviously slavery is not a good thing, so why has a word for slave been adapted into one of the most popular ways of saying goodbye? Well, it came about thanks to the wider phrase of CIAO vostro, which means I am your slave. This phrase wasn't as sinister as it might sound, thankfully. What it more meant was I am loyal to you, in the same way people sometimes sign letters as your obedient servant. It was said to people as they parted ways to show they were loyal to one another, and eventually it just got shortened to ciao as we know it today. Let me know about any other interesting ways of saying goodbye that I might have missed out on down in the comments below. Also, please share the topic down below which we cover in next Monday's Name Explain video. It could be about literally anything, and the topic can be as niche or broad as you like. I will then choose 3 of those topics and place them in a poll for my patrons to vote on. Then the winner from that poll will be the topic covered in next Monday's Name Explain video. You can vote in that poll, as well as enjoy many other great benefits by visiting patreon.com/NameExplained, which will be linked down below, and by donating just $1 a month. Thank you. Anyway, that's more than enough for myself, but don't forget to go follow on Instagram where I'm NameExplainYT, and don't forget to join the Facebook page Friends of Name Explain, where you can chat with myself and many other name nerds. Okay all, farewell, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Did I say that right? So long, farewell, I don't know, just bye. You know, you should know by now what that word means. I'm out of here. How are we looking? Yeah, I think we're all in focus. Yeah, should we say goodbye? A lot of times in different languages. But the script has its tourings with the Latin, has its origins. So, au revoir on its adios vos acomiendo. Yeah, let's go with that. So, not only is it fairly similar to... Oh, my back. Ugh. Hi. This was fun. Found of the Japanese SAYO and Nira. Nira? I'm out of here. That was a really different way to end it, but seems... If there's any video where you're going to say goodbye differently, it's a video about goodbye, right? That should do it. Thank you very much. Bye.